right now your template is under shopping. If it's going to be used for real estate, I would suggest you switch it over to something different. Did it? So I guess we're going to start. So let me go ahead and do this. My name is Yasmin Cornejo. I'll be actually teaching the class. It's Facebook Part 2, and maybe some say it's 2.5 as well. So bear with me. It's a free-form class. Any question that you have, just raise your hand and blurt it out, whatever. It's a small group. It's a very intimate setting, so I prefer to have this type of class. I was saying earlier that I find that people tend to absorb the information, retain the information, and actually be very comfortable learning and also sharing what they know with others as we go along. So there's no wrong questions, wrong process. We're just going to go ahead and get into it and learn. Also take notes, okay? So if I say anything like, you pay attention to anything, pay attention to this part, start writing down stuff, screenshots, whatever you want, crucial information. So part 1, we did cover creating a new Facebook business page. The difference is on templates, which is right here. We're going to actually switch hers around because she has it under shopping. Facebook does give you the ability to cheat, I guess you could say, take a shortcut, and they do most of the work, and they create the tabs and templates for you based off whatever business you have. So if it's for real estate, which I'm assuming all of us are here, we'll go ahead and switch it up. I will show you the different examples. So the templates, we have shopping, and if you're ever wondering, well, what the heck is shopping? Well, click on the view details here, and it tells you a bit more of what it's supposed to be, what it looks like, the layout, and all of the available tabs. Most of the tabs are similar, but you won't need them all. For example, if you're a real estate page, you're not going to have people buy your products, or you're not going to really have offers, or you're not going to typically have a community or group. Sometimes you will if you're doing a side not-for-profit or an event, or if you want to label your group as an open house group, something like that. But besides that, you probably won't. So again, here is what we have on those. Let me go ahead and close this down, and I'll show you again how I got there. I'm going to go ahead and go to the personal page. Then I'm going to go to the business page here. Click on that. Now we're going to go into the settings, and that's for the active page. On the left-hand side is one menu. On the right-hand side is another menu. You want to be in the left-hand side where it says templates and tabs. And voila, we're back to that page. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and edit this puppy here. We are not under shopping. We're definitely not movies. Business, I would either do business or, oopsie, or services. The preference is going to be up to you. The business typically is more like a standalone office where you have someone where they can actually visit you and, yes, ma'am.
Mine sets a standard.
Oh, well, that's another thing. That's actually a good question there. So depending when you created your page, your templates and even the view will be a little bit different. So not to call myself geriatric, but my page is so super old that my view is very different from what you guys actually have, and depending on when you created. Right?
Yes.
So you can flip templates.
You can. You can switch around back and forth.
Okay.
But as you switch back and forth, if you have a template of, say, standard, and you switch over to shopping, you now have that products tab or that shop tab. But if you have shop and you switch to standard, you might lose that shop tab and vice versa. So just keep that in mind. And when you create those tabs, you can add hyperlinks, which is the www dot whatever is my page, that you paste in there that you'll delete once you switch and toggle back and forth. So keep it in mind.
You can delete tabs in some of them. You don't
can.
like what's there.
Yeah.
Create your own.
You can delete them and customize your own on there as well. So for now, I'll just go ahead and do this. I'll have you under a service because you do offer a service. It's a real estate business and service, so I'll go ahead and have you under that one. Your buttons page and your tabs, all that good stuff is going to be right in here. Let me go ahead and go down. I'll apply the template, and yes, perfect. Let me show you now the tabs that you have. If you want to use a default tab, leave this on. Typically I leave it on and just delete from there. So you have services, reviews. Reviews are very important as a realtor. Obviously, you want to make sure your clients have access to give you reviews. Some agents, a small percentage, prefer to not have that tab there because they're afraid of those angry, clients that closed, an hour after what they expected and they're upset. So we're not gonna name those. But you could omit the reviews. Well, how do you do that? Click on settings. Here it says show reviews. Just say no, it's off, and that's it. But we're not gonna do that. We're gonna leave it on for right now, okay? Shop, offers, photos, videos, posts, events, community, and then of course customizing your tab. Your add a tab is right here. You can just click on that, customize it from there, and you can say, okay, add it, and it's done. So in this case, we're gonna go ahead and say no, because we're not gonna do it, but that's that. Any questions on the template that we just changed? Any questions on that, of how to do something, how to go to it, what it means? We're good on that, guys? Oh, fast learners, I love it. Okay, another thing that came up, I want to bring up in this class that I brought up at the first time, but just in case, I had a long conversation with an agent last night over her admin, her assistant, not having access to post on her page. So I did go over with her on page roles. If you look on the left-hand side here, page roles, click on that. You can always assign a role to anybody that you want that has a Facebook account. So if you know what their Facebook name is, just go ahead and plug it in there and say, okay, I want to add Yasmin Cornejo and I want to give her full rights as an editor. This, once you type in my email or my name in there, it'll actually turn blue, so you can select add. I have this page role on a few of my clients' accounts that I meet with or met with for the last few years. It just gives me editor access where I can create ads for them if they're in a bind, which I try not to do because it's too much work, but also going in there, just reviewing their stuff. That way I can actually edit for them while they're on vacation, on the road, bad reception, whatever the case may be. But you can add anybody you want on here. You will always be the main editor and owner of the page, and you can always give people access. That's limited. It doesn't have to be editor. It can be admin, it can be moderator, it can be advertiser, it can be analyst, whatever you want. Facebook has been changing these titles here as time passes because we have more businesses popping up offering services on a monthly basis of $20 to $250 a month. So you see the advertiser here one, they give them advertiser roles or status. That way they don't have access to your personal stuff. It's just more of the business page to advertise and promote and whatnot. So that's that there. Any questions on page roles?
That's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. So if it's full editor access, it's like the full shebang. Just keep that in mind, okay? Page info, messaging, general. Okay, let me show you something on general that most people have probably not even looked at. General is where I always start off just to do a little bit of Q&A, quality control. Page visibility, page published. Sometimes here it says page is not published. That means that you have created the page, but nobody's seeing it. It's not out there. So make sure it says yes on page published, okay? Another one, it'll see, oh, this is actually a little bit older, okay. I can tell this is a little bit older from your personal page of where you created that personal page, because over here, it'll tell you something to the effect of page has been verified, and that's a brand new thing that came out maybe, not new, but 2 years ago that Facebook started doing. And page verified means they send you an email, you click on the link, it's verifying that it is who you are. It has a lot of flaws. You can do that 10 times and verify who you are, it'll still say page not verified, but it's still going to be something that's invisible. You've probably run into that, yeah. So that's pretty good. Tagging ability. This is another thing that people want to address as a business owner, as a realtor, is because sometimes clients are upset or not happy, or they make a side comment and they tag you of, oh gosh, she was horrible. Oh gosh, he sucked, or he didn't return my phone call. So tagging ability, I review this and just make sure that you actually put whatever filters or access that you want. I actually review all my tags first before people can tag me. It's just a very smart thing to do. You just never know. Or they tag you on stuff like a product they're selling to lose weight and whatnot, and you just maybe don't want to be affiliated with that. Page location for effects, county, age, page moderation. Okay, page moderation. I bet you guys haven't even looked at this whatsoever the whole life of your page, correct? Yeah. Okay. So, page moderation and then profanity filter.
Oh,
Yeah.
is page moderation like how long?
No, this is just more for keywords that it's looking out for that they cannot post and won't show up on your page. I like to refer this back to, say, a property you listed on your page. There's always that one person that'll say, that's an ugly area, or that's a really ghetto area, or that's just like a horrible house, or it's an ugly house. I block those words because I don't like negativity. Everyone has a different taste in homes and different taste in areas. We shouldn't discriminate like what's nice, what's not. It's all in the beholder, really. So that could be the perfect first home for someone. They think it's beautiful to them, so we can't be out there ruining those chances for them.
So in there you can list words that you do not want to
Yes,
appear
like
in your tag.
Ugly house, ghetto house, bad area, bad realtor, bad service, stuff like that, you can block and it won't show up.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah,
Picture.
they can, yes, they can do all that stuff. Pro family filter is just more of like none, medium, or it's very, very strict. So, and I'll show it to you here. Let me click on it. Here we go. So off, medium, and strong. So it's up to you guys. If you put it on strong though, keep in mind, even the word like dumb, it'll block it and you'll have a lot of stuff blocked. So I typically have it on medium. Yeah, that's just how.
You wanna set it
oh,
on
yes.
medium, Susan?
Absolutely, of course. Medium, there you go, save changes.
That is
Yeah, this happened to me actually. One of the clients I was working with like 4 years ago, he had a property open house and somebody made a very nasty comment about the house not being what they considered nice. And so that really like started a whole thread of people fighting back and forth with each other, defending their neighborhood basically. So yeah, so ever since then I've learned we need to actually look out for that stuff. You're just blocking negativity, which you don't want. Okay, so that's that. Page updates, multiple languages, comment ranking, content, download, merge page. If in the future, only because your business page, you can change the name a total of 2 times the whole life of the business page. After that, you have to delete it or merge it with another page. So let's say you changed a period or a comma. It's been 2 times already. That's reached the max of how many times you can change the name. This page is basically done, but you don't want to lose the followers or any of that stuff. Then go and create a new business page, and then come back to this page that you've already exceeded the limit and say merge pages. And then we'll merge both those pages into one. So just kind of heads up, okay? If you want to delete the page altogether, then delete it here and you're done. That's pretty simple. But once it's deleted, and it gives you 7 days to think about it. That's how long it takes for them to delete a page, okay? Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and go back into the business page, take a look at the About section. I'm just doing a little bit of cleanup just to make sure that everything is fine for the ad. Here we go, About. Okay, so category. Are you guys all fine on your categories as far as where you're supposed to be at? Take a look at your page and see where you're at. You should be doing real estate. So real estate agent, real estate company, appraiser, service. You can pick 3. Sometimes it'll delete the last one, which is a hiccup in Facebook. I always say real estate agent and then real estate service. Those are the biggest categories for me. If I pick real estate, it's more like audiences of following for realtors, which you're a realtor already. You don't want realtors. You want other people that want a real estate service. So I'll put those 2 right now. Edit the rest of the page info. Here, we have those 2 right there. Phone number, do you have a phone number we can actually?
Yeah, 602
Mm-hmm.
320
Mm-hmm.
8352.
Okay, perfect. Save changes. Alrighty, do you have a website?
Yep.
Okay.
www.michellehansen.
It's different than my.
Dot biz. It's EN, not ON. Thank you.
Dot biz, okay.
Uh-huh.
Perfect. Alrighty, looks good. And then, of course, your email address.
My first name?
I'm sorry?
My first name, Michelle,
Okay.
at BRE. Yep, .com.
Perfect. Alrighty. Okay, so we'll leave everything else to you to update your address and all that good stuff so we can actually do everything else. I will do this, always open. Congratulations, you're a realtor. Always open. Alrighty, so we're good to go on that. Here we are. Everything else, just go back in there when you have a second and update your business address, start date. I would only add the start date if it's been at least 2 years, otherwise people tend to think that it's not enough time and you have no experience, which is not the case, but that's just, how they feel. Alrighty, so this is it. This is the 101 that we covered. We're not gonna cover any more 101. Going on to ads. So, how do you do ads? There's 2 ways to do your ads. There's some on the front end and some on the back end. The front end is called the boosting, which most people know about. The back end, that most people don't know about. Why? Because the back end is where Facebook is making most of the changes. Most of the changes are being done every single day, all day long. Most consumers will not even know that it's happening. I do, because I'm in there 24/7 with my clients. So even if they change like one small thing and they're testing it, I can tell there's a glitch and something's going on. So for example, right now boosting is getting, I'd say maybe 80% of the activity, not because it's better, but because it's convenient. Because on the back end, they're making so many changes, it's causing hiccups, and it's just so confusing, people give up. So, boosting. Who's been doing boosting on the front end already? Boosting, you've done quite a bit. Okay, perfect. Boosting's pretty easy, right? Hit boost post, it does whatever it did on the post, and you're done. It's easy. One thing you should keep in mind, whenever you're posting your stuff on your newsfeed and you want to promote it as an ad or a boost, Facebook has a rule about text. You cannot have more than 20% text on the actual image. So even if the word is just one word, it doesn't matter. If it takes up more than 20% of the image, it's going to get declined. Another thing that they're really cracking down on, and it was always a rule, but they never enforced it. You cannot be predatory. You cannot target people. You can't discriminate based on their ethnicity. Even if they look like they're brown, or they could be that certain ethnicity, or a certain sex, or speak a certain language. They're really cracking down on that. They'll decline your ad. So FYI, heads up. So let's look.
Equal housing opportunity people.
I know. It's always been a rule, but now they're really cracking down. They've been on a mission. It's been about 2 years now. They've been cracking down like little by little. This is an example. Some of the filters to create your ads 2 years ago that were super popular is you can create an ad to just target people that spoke Spanish in city of Glendale, or say people that were only men that were veterans of the Air Force and were retired and they were on Social Security. That obviously you cannot do on both those scenarios, but they would go through, and those ads would be received by those certain demographics or filters or people that were matching those filters. It's illegal, but they were going through. They started cracking down 2 years ago when the whole thing about Facebook getting hacked happened. It was all over the news about Russia getting our information. Ever since then, they're cracking down. So for example, veterans is no longer a filter. Even if you select a certain language, now it's getting auto-declined. It'll let you go through all the way on your ad.
So we can't say veterans, we can't say like Air Force, we can't.
Air Force might work. Veterans is not a filter anymore. They deleted it altogether.
Wow.
You can't say I only want single moms that have kids in school. Now that's going to be illegal too. People that, even renters for example, you can't say just renters. It has to be people that have been on apartments.com or people that have been on rent.com. So it's a different way of going about it. Selling products, you can't say, do you feel fat? Buy this product. They'll decline that product too because you're asking a direct question that you're assuming that's what you have. And you can't do that. Yeah. Do you feel crazy? Take this pill. They can't do that either. So they're really, really cracking down. It's making our job a little bit harder to get creative with how you're going to promote and post, but we're getting there. We're trying. So, Josh, you're on Facebook a lot doing ads. What have you noticed that's different as far as them cracking down and declining your ads?
Well, it's just my most frustrating thing, because I luckily have some really good people. Like I call my guys from Aftershock. I call Real Geeks to verify if it gets declined. Like, have they made a change? And usually they know what's up.
Yeah.
Which has helped me a great deal.
Yeah.
It was the most frustrating thing when you had 40 different things up there and you're trying to figure out, okay, which one's the wrong one.
Yeah.
And that was just driving me nuts. But right now, there's just so generic now. That's basically it.
Yeah. You have to stay very, very PC. The biggest thing I've seen of why things are getting declined right now is more of like the Facebook glitches where you haven't created your lead form list correctly, or you haven't certified that you're not being predatory or discriminatory because you are in housing or real
That
estate.
checkbox took me like 2 months to figure
Yeah.
out that I needed to go back
Yeah.
and do that.
And it was just that one little
It's so
thing.
stupid, exactly.
And you can't get a hold of Facebook, so you really have to get a hold of someone who knows Facebook to kind of like troubleshoot you and say, do this, do this, do this, do this. Otherwise, they won't ever respond to you. It just won't make sense. So for right now, the back-end ads are not my favorite. I'll show you how to do them, but they're not my favorite because it keeps interrupting my classes where there's so many glitches behind the scenes because they're working on it. How much so? I'll tell you. On the back end, they used to be, I think, 16 to 19 different options of how you can create your ad. Now they've dwindled down to 3 different options towards the back end. So yeah, my favorite before used to be a video through still shots. You can create a video based off just whatever images you have. Super simple, easy, add music to the background, text, done. It took me maybe 8 minutes. Now that one's completely gone. They also have a carousel, which was my second choice. Now that carousel one's having tons of hiccups where it's saying error, error, it's getting declined. They're working on it, but again, we're stuck in a horrible time right now creating ads. So I'm thinking it's going to be a few months before that gets resolved, just kind of a heads up. So I think that's why the increase in boosts has gone up, because the front end, it's so easy, it's so convenient, I don't want to mess with it. And the back end, while they actually fix all that stuff, which we know that they're working on it, but they just want to avoid it altogether. But I'll show you. Who's pretty comfortable with boosting? Boosting's easy, right? Okay, we'll move on. Boosting's easy. Let's go ahead and go into creating an ad on the back end.
Because you want to do it for your what do you call it, open house this week?
Yeah. Okay. So you're ready with your page, how it looks right now, everything is fine, if people go on there, you're okay with them, or you want to just update later on?
Well, we can, I don't want to use everyone's time.
Yeah.
Unless you want to show them how to do that. No, it's not ready, I just threw it together so I could
Oh,
promote an ad.
okay, no worries. So,
I will go back, I plan to go back in and update and get more
Perfect.
content. It's blank for the most part, but yeah.
so let's do this. We're gonna go ahead and create. So you see this little button right here, create. Hit create. From there, you're gonna go ahead and create an ad. Your ad is going to be on your open house. So if you can actually email her, or is it already live, your property on MLS?
The flyer, do you have the flyer?
The flyer needs to be updated because
Okay.
it says Terramar, it's not the
Instead of
correct
Terra Vista.
community.
Or images, do you have images ready on MLS, or is it an active property?
It is an active
Perfect, okay, I'll look it up on there.
What's
So
that
let's
MLS number,
create-
Mom?
I can look it up by property.
Okay,
Yeah. Okay.
I'll pull up.
So here we go. Oh, you already had something going on, it looks like.
No,
No?
that's
Probably the
for,
old-
that's for,
The other page.
yeah, that's my other page.
Okay, so I'll start over. There we go. Alrighty, so your ad, let me go ahead and go through a few different things for you. On the left-hand side is the menu bar. On the right-hand side is going to be all the activity and things that you have to actually address or fill in, create, add. So over on the left-hand side, you can always toggle back and forth to this. When it's done or completed or you've been there, it shows a little check mark, but again, you can always go back to it and say, oh, let me go back to placements, let me go back to audience, let me go back to objective. And when you go back and forth, nothing gets lost, so don't be afraid of that, okay? Alrighty, add category. So over here, we used to have so many more choices even here. They've narrowed down to 3 categories on this: awareness, consideration, and conversion. Don't feel like you have to memorize every single one because Facebook makes it super easy for you. If you hover over brand awareness, well, what the heck is brand awareness? Just go ahead and hover here. Increasing awareness for your brand, reaching people who are more likely to be interested in this product. Well, what's the difference between brand and reach? Brand and reach are both awareness ads, exactly the same thing except for this. Brand awareness for people that are likely to respond to what you're actually promoting or selling. Reach is more of, I don't care, just throw it out there, throw up, whoever it gets, it gets. So that's what that means, okay? They both have its purpose, it just depends on what you're looking for. If you're a brand new page, you want more people, more exposure, then obviously it's reach. If you don't want to waste your time, you're like, nope, I'm focused, only one city, one zip code, 3 cities, one area, then it's brand awareness because you have a goal. You're actually focused on that one thing, okay? Consideration. Consideration means you want them to consider doing some sort of activity or action. So One of them would be traffic. This means that you want to send somebody over to your website, your web page, or home search, whatever it is, and it'll actually do that. Engagement. You want them to actually click on that ad and say, oh, I like or share or whatever it is. That's more of engaging the audience with that ad. App installs, ignore. This has nothing to do with you unless you're one of those rare agents who has created their own app and you want them to download it. Then yes, that would be a different story. Most people, no. Video views. This is something actually Josh probably knows. I'm a huge fan of videos. If you can do videos, do it all day long. I don't care if they're goofy, nerdy, whatever. It's exposure. I love any kind of exposure is good exposure, I think. So video reviews are going to be higher only because Facebook owns Instagram. Facebook and Instagram are married to Google. Google is actually also owned by YouTube. So everything is just like, it's connected. So if I know that they like a certain thing, which is video views, which actually generates more revenue for them, then of course I'm going to promote and get in front of them the way that they respond to, which is video. Posts are fine, but video is the best. Marilyn did an open house and she did a short little video. What I liked about hers is this. She was very real, it's very genuine, it's very relaxed, it's funny, it catches my attention, and I recall what she was doing. So is it going to be for everyone? No, no it's not, because you are not her. If anything, and this is where you pay attention, if anything, remember this, even if you don't get 100 page likes, I don't care. As long as they saw it, that's what I care about, is the exposure. Even if you don't get 100 shares, I don't care. You as a business owner can see how many people actually viewed or engaged with that, and that's what's important. And you will not impress 100% of people 100% of the time. You are not for everyone. Sorry to break the news to you guys, but you are not for everyone. You're only going to be for a certain group. Focus on that group and be, again, just yourself. Do not try and be somebody else, pretend to be somebody else because it works for them. It's going to come across if you're not genuine. If you're not real, it's going to come across. I see it all the time and I pick up on it and I go, nope, nope, nope. When you embrace who you are and what your skill set is, just take it and just be that. People will respond to that. They really will. Don't waste your time trying to be somebody else and trying to get people that are not for you and they're not going to be paying attention to you as it is. Okay? Video views, ideas. So open house, do a short little clip, no more than 1 minute. Don't forget to show the property, not just yourself. A lot of people tend to be focused on showing their face and their outfit.
I tried one yesterday, it was all about me.
And mix it up, mix it up. There's no like set rule for that. Mix it up, open house. Also, a lot of the agents are doing new builds, or doing the previews on the new builds. Don't focus on the entire property. Pick one area and just showcase the faucets, showcase the countertop, showcase like the double oven, showcase the temperature range or the different perks or whatever it is. Focus on something every single video and make it very intriguing. Like, just tell me something I don't know. I'm not there, but I want to feel like I am there. So that's another suggestion. Doing tidbits of information of FYIs. The mortgage rates, a lot of the agents didn't even jump on that train of telling people, hey, rates are low. Telling people rates are low via text versus via video and showing your facial expression is very different. 30 seconds, all it takes. Just switch it up, keep it active.
Oh my God! The rates are only 2.9%. How many people?
Yeah, it's happening. Like, one agent did jump on that train actually. He had a conversation, put his lender on speaker, did a quick little interview of why it's important, which rates did drop, which ones did not. VA did go down, conventional went down, the DPAs went down, maybe only an 8. So that's good information to know. It's, again, engaging. The next one, lead generation. This one here will make you pull your hair out, but it's worth it. Why is it worth it? You see how they make it look like a little funnel? It's exactly that. It's like a little bucket, like a funnel for leads just fall in there. Lead generation, you're fully in control. It's going to take a lot of time to create it initially, your lead form, which is going to be your criteria. But you tell me and you tell the consumer what information you want to gather from them to proceed. So to do that, you have to offer them something of value. For example, what if you're offering them a new home buyer guide with a custom home valuation for their property? It's for free. So what do you need? you can tell them you want their first name, last name, street address, and you want the year that they purchased the house. Or you can say no, first name only, email address, cell phone, and home address. So whatever you actually decide that you need from them, that lead generation form, once they click on it, it auto pulls all their information they signed up with from Facebook. So all they have to plug in is just maybe their home address. And then that information gets sent over to you on your lead manager here, and you download all of the leads on an Excel spreadsheet. So it collects information. Are gonna people want to give your information? Only those that are interested, and that's the best part. They're not gonna really waste your time. So that's the good one. I did one last week with a client. She only got 3 leads, but they're all solid leads. So she actually showed houses yesterday to one of them. So was it a waste of time? Probably not. It was really, it was a headache getting it done because I know they're doing all the edits on Facebook on the back end. She's like, Yasmin, this is horrible. It's like, I know it is, but hang in there, patience, patience. And sure enough, 3 leads that are solid. So she's like, yeah, it's worth it. I go, all right then. So the next one, conversion. All of this stuff here, ignore it, has nothing to do with you. I didn't skip messages. Messages, it is what it is. They're sending you messages. I don't really need messages, I need leads. So ignore that one too. So for this one, for your open house, I would say people that are going to be interested in going to your open house is what you want to have. You don't want to just reach 1,000 people,
Right.
or what do you think?
Right, last weekend I did brand awareness, not reach, and I put in the property address, and I did people, I think within a 2 or 3 mile radius. I was adjusting it to get that reach, and then put it, I think, from age demographic from 35 to 55. And then I talked to my daughter about it, and she's like, why do you exclude the millennials? Like, why 35? They're buying, they're looking, they're on social. So I think this time I would go probably a little bit lower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one thing I never mess with on my ads, I never mess with the
25 to
age. I leave the age completely open, and this is why. Even ads that I don't think maybe make sense to me, I'm a big sharer. I'm like, oh, here, this is for you. Oh, look, I thought about this. Oh, we had a conversation about this. Here you go. I'm a huge sharer, and we're in that social media world where we're sharing. So you never know where you're going to get your next lead. I would say for age, leave the age wide open. You never know where your lead's going to come. We're all mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, grandpa, whatever, and we're going to know someone that maybe would be interested.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's do this. We're going to create a new audience here.
Okay.
Let me go back down here. Okay, good. Everyone's location. What is the address of the open house or city?
Well, the address is 6874
Okay.
West Avenida Del Rey.
I didn't do this one. Okay.
Avenue.
In Peoria.
Yep.
Perfect.
Peoria.
So by default, it'll say anybody within 10-mile radius. You can always adjust this. It's up to you. 5 miles typically is my rule of thumb. Nothing less than 5 miles. Otherwise, your filters. Once you add the filters, you get such a small audience that it's
Well,
like.
that is exactly the area. Michelle, look.
Yeah. So 5 miles is good.
Yep.
Perfect. Alrighty. So now that we're actually in this, we're gonna show you the menu section on the left. All the activity that you have to do, input information, data is in the middle. And now on the right-hand side, it gives you a new, I call it the gas gauge. It tells you if your audience size is too specific, too broad, or green. Green is just right. And it tells you how many people potentially you can reach per day. And this is before you put the budget down. So I wouldn't pay attention just yet until you put the budget in. So let's go ahead and look at the budget. Again, gender, leave it as all. Age, leave it as all. Languages, same thing, leave it as all. I know why they leave it in there because not everyone's doing real estate, but it's kind of deceiving too. Detailed targeting. I'm going to pretend I'm lazy. I'm only going to put 3 or 4 different filters that pertain to an open house. So what kind of filters do you think would pertain to somebody that goes to your open house? Think of me.
Like a first time buyer or, yeah.
Okay. So I'm not used to this. Okay, first time buyer, I'm gonna click on this one. And then what else?
Investor. Out of towners.
Okay, we heard investor. Here we go. one more out of towners, so snowbirds, I don't think we have snowbirds as.
Snowbirds?
Winter,
Oh,
maybe
look,
winter visitors?
we have snowbird, oh, as an employer, no.
Oh, okay.
What did it say?
Snowbird as an employer.
It's a good full-time job.
Yeah, I was like, wow, didn't hear that. Let's try something else. What was the other one you guys?
Was it like a winter visitor, or is there?
Vacation home?
Someone looking for a vacation home? Okay.
Would that be
Is
good?
someone looking to move to Arizona? I don't know.
So someone
Relocation.
away from hometown and a holiday cottage came up. I don't think any of those would be.
How about
Relocating.
moving to Arizona, is that in there?
Relocating was one for business that used to be there, now it's not. Relocation for pleasure was also in there, and it's not in there either. So now relocation is gone completely. Yeah, it's weird. One more.
What about open house?
Now, that should be one, but it's not. Oh, look, interest. I stand corrected. Open house is one. So, that's
Put it in their open
huge.
relationship.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, don't hit that one.
Huge.
Yeah,
Someone said open
Do They got hot buttons on there
Well,
too.
that's another thing. Think about it. People who are newly engaged, recently engaged, engaged as of a year, you know, and again, last time I was in the middle of closing on my house too. I had Googled moving companies, moving services, storage, someone like that, and it took me about a month and a half almost to get everything done. So maybe that's one. Let's see what moving looks like. Oopsie. Let's see, moving as an interest,
Yeah.
that would be one.
Can you put Arizona in?
No, it doesn't have that,
Aw.
it's a national,
It's fine anyway, because we just set it for 5 miles from the address.
yes.
It's only gonna hit
Is
people
there,
in that area.
did we put in like relocating, like your job was?
Yes. It used to be a filter, now it's not. Yeah.
So
used to be.
job, something maybe under job? or
I'm feeling lazy.
Employer?
So let's pretend I'm feeling very
Loan
lazy.
applicants.
Oh, yeah, let's do that, yes, yes. Mortgage. Okay, someone interested in mortgage loans, okay. Now I'm gonna pretend I'm super lazy. I'm tired of looking, I don't know what else, I can't think of anything else, I didn't have my coffee. Let me show you a little trick here. Facebook is so smart that based off what you're putting in there, it'll suggest for you. There you go, look
Oh,
at that.
starter home, that's.
Isn't that
House
cool?
hunting, new house.
Yes.
House hunting, yes.
Relocation,
There it
personal.
is.
There's personal, see, you have to
They
put
did have
personal.
Yes.
Oh,
Well,
and
but
then
the-
people
Yeah.
looking in Zillow and, oh my gosh, okay.
Yeah. So I wasn't really feeling lazy, I was just, wanted to show you guys.
Oh, thank you.
It's little things that are there that we learn as we go. Investment, ooh, what else? For sale by owner, do you want those?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Cool. Property finder,
Is
they've
there
been
any
interested in
multifamily
see investment family.
property?
Pre-qualification, that's another, mortgage calculator, I've been on that, that was me, I kept going on one. Pre-qualification, lending, here you go. I'm telling you, selling my own house and buying also really refreshed my memory and made me very humble as to what our buyers and sellers go through really. Oh, here we go, parents with early school age children, preschoolers. Those I will say this though, once you pick those, it really limits your audience. It just makes it very small, so kind of be careful. I would only pick those if you picked multiple cities or multiple zip codes, but in this case we didn't. So I would say, kind of careful. People that have been on Lending
What if
Tree.
you choose all three of those categories?
Right, it's just don't limit it with age on
What if you went
either
with the one
side.
with parents with preteens, parents
Parents
with?
all? People with
Yeah,
parents?
parents with all,
Okay.
because then that would include everybody, right?
Okay, you see how we did parents all and then the results went away? That's because it's way here. Let me do this. There it is. Now it's back.
Yeah.
That's how you learn though. That's
Yeah.
how it comes up. Suggestions. People that have been on Quicken Loans.
Sure.
That's a huge one. Credit Karma. Do you want those?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see.
So the more you select there, the more the ad costs?
No, the more that you actually add to
More
your
audience.
audience.
It's the
Okay.
greater the
Yeah.
idea, yeah.
So, loan, that could be an auto loan too. Okay, good. Child experience, apartment, people that have been actually looking at apartments. I did at one point because the Airbnb was way too much. Home improvement, that's a good one too, because people
But
tend
that's
to
an
want to.
indicator they might get ready to sell.
Uh-huh, yeah.
Or they're
I
looking
like
for
how
a
you guys
home.
think. Okay, condo, yep, same thing. Okay, so I think we have quite a few filters in there. Let me go down into the ad itself now, just so you can see. Okay, this is one of the areas, budget. If you pay attention to anything, pay attention to this. When you look at the budget screen, you think, oh, let me go ahead and go from daily budget, adjust the budget, and then go from there. No. This here, I don't know why, but it always goes back to a certain default. Before, it used to be $350, which was very scary. Some agents didn't pay attention to this part, so they went and did their own ads, and they were charged $350 per day doing ads. So, yeah, I know. So let me go ahead and go here. Let me see here. Set start and end date. That's where you begin.
Yeah.
So when is this going to start, your ad?
Well, we'll start it right now.
How about if we do when is the open house?
Saturday and Sunday.
This weekend.
Saturday and Sunday, okay. I would recommend Thursday. Thursday's a really good day. If you start it today anyhow, they have to review it and then approve it, so they might take anywhere from 25 minutes to maybe 2 days to approve
That's
your
why I was
ad.
gonna start it today.
Okay, so you want to do it today?
Well, it doesn't matter. So what you're saying is if I start it Thursday, they'll start to review it anyway.
Already.
Okay, I didn't understand that.
Yes. So we'll do Thursday. Thursday's a good day. And then the end date, when do you want to end the actual?
Sunday.
Okay, so Sunday. So it's going to be the 11th?
Yes.
Perfect. What time do you want to end it?
I'd say 2 p.m.
Because we go till 3.
Gotcha.
So some last minute people might be able to.
True. And then I'll start this one. We'll do
Set up that one at 6 a.m. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, fine.
early birds. The first thing they do is grab their phone. Okay.
How'd you know?
Start date, end date. Now I'm going to go ahead and go into the budget. I never do daily budget. This is why. Most of the hiccups in billing have been because you put daily budget. I want to go ahead and go back to when I was 8 years old. My parents said, here you go, $10. That's your budget. That's your actual limit for whatever you want. Spend it as you want. I'm not giving you more than $10. I do the same thing here. I'll say this is your lifetime budget, Facebook. I'm going to go ahead and give you a total of
25.
$25, spend it as you will. You know the demographics, the algorithms. Get me most bang for my buck, but it's 25 bucks. But if you don't do it in the order I just showed you, start date, end date, lifetime, and then the money, it'll show 350. So be very careful with that, guys. Down below, it reconfirms what I just entered. Okay, the ad's gonna run until August 11th. Yes, till 2 p.m. Fantastic. Spending up to 25. Yes, total of 25 lifetime. Wonderful. Okay, I'm gonna hit continue. Here we go. Everything makes sense so far? Okay, good. Now, here, let's make sure that the correct page we're under is what we're actually using. So it's gonna be the Michelle page, Michelle Hansen.
Michelle Lena Hansen, yeah.
Perfect. Sounds good.
And
Your-
Instagram's the
Yes.
same, yeah.
Your Instagram's connected to that, which I love, by the way. Some people do not. What does that mean? That means that the 25 bucks you're using, Facebook's gonna say, okay, I'll spend maybe 80% of it on Facebook and then 20% on Instagram, or vice versa. They have all the figures and numbers of everyone who's logged on live, so they actually tell you what's best, and they just do it for you. So, okay. Posting onto or promoting to Instagram. One thing I want you to know and to clarify is this. You have your Instagram connected to this ad, so let's say in 2 days you're gonna go onto your Instagram account and say, wait a minute, where's that ad that Yasmin did? It's not on my Instagram account. It won't be on your Instagram account. Why? Because you generated the ad or the post from Facebook, and it's gonna promote to Instagram audience, not onto your page. It's to the audience. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's
But
nice.
if you're on your Instagram page and you create an ad from the Instagram page, it'll stay as a post, and then you can still also promote to your audience. But when you create it off Facebook, it'll promote to Instagram audience, but it won't stay on your Instagram account.
So we should also post it on Instagram.
I would, it takes 2 seconds. Yeah, I would, but it's still being posted or advertised to Instagram audience already, so that won't really matter. If you want to stay as a post and remember it forever, then yes, create it there. Okay, format. Here's what I was telling you guys about. You can do a carousel or a single image or video. We don't have a video, so we can't do that, but we do have a single image. The single image, I would recommend have it be a very powerful image that tells them exactly what it is. In this case, it's an open house, so just using one single image would be good. You don't want to give them everything because, again, you want them to actually be intrigued of, what is that, what's happening? Oh, okay. So use a very powerful image. Or option 2 is doing the carousel. The carousel is just like that. When you go shopping, it'll be multiple images, and every single image at the bottom, you have its own headline, tagline, and its own little browser of search for your new home here. It takes a little bit more work. Some people like it, some people don't. If you're going to do the carousel, make sure that all the images are equally impacting and also telling the story as the carousel goes. Does that make sense? Yeah. Have you used it before?
Carousel? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you familiar with Real Geeks? How they work with Facebook? Because that's the majority. Like when I'm running any of my stuff, I'm trying to go through there because the way they do the carousel is good, but their collage ads
I
do
love those.
way better. Yeah.
Yeah, because
So-
they're different and not everybody actually is using them.
Yeah.
And this is being used all day long.
Exactly. So carousel is good, but the collage is better.
Yeah, and
So-
carousel, the downside, it cuts off your images depending on what view you're on, and the collage does not. Yeah, so that's something that you want. How much do you pay for that?
Well, Real Geeks is what we have as a CRM here, and so they have access to all the Facebook platform there.
There you go.
So that's after you that's going to be like the next thing because they have to go in and create all the audiences, and they have to do all that on the backside and create their page. But then you just create the ad itself in Real Geeks.
So much easier,
So-
guys.
Yeah, well, and my question was, because I was looking in there, I don't know how to integrate this page into there. Like if I go in there, it's not
You-
there, I don't know how
well,
to get
you-
it into the Real Geeks.
That's
There.
what you're mixing the two on a different level. What do you mean mixed like this page?
Or connect
you
this
can't
page.
Yeah.
Because
Into
you
Real Geeks.
connect your audiences, and that's what you actually connect.
Okay.
Not this. Like you don't actually do your ad here or anything. You're literally outside of creating your audiences. You're not doing anything in the Facebook ad at all.
So think of your audience as a template. An Excel
Exactly.
template.
Who you're gonna send stuff to.
Yeah, you create all your audiences in here, and once you connect with that, what he offers with the company, everything's done there for you. It's much easier, and it pulls the audiences from here. So you're not
Okay.
gonna do anything off here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the Real Geeks themselves ask you what kind of ads you want to run, whether it's a video, a property. You can do a generic landing page, which will allow you to do your open house flyers and ads, and you get your lead capture and all that stuff, and you send it to the same audience. It's just different. So you'll find that doing some ads in here is wonderful. Doing other ads in Real Geeks is wonderful too.
If you have that,
Yeah.
honestly, I prefer that because all the kinks, you don't have to go through.
Okay.
Well, unless
Here
your
you have
audience
to-
has an issue, and then that's
That's true, but here you have to go through the kinks of creating the ad. You'll see what I mean. Hopefully it doesn't, but. So let's do one single image. Do you want to do that for your open house? Where it's one powerful image and it has like the web page at the bottom and everything for you? Sure. What do you think?
Yeah, we'll go ahead with it.
Well, why don't you email her the ad and have her fix it to Terra Vista and load it and do it
Well,
right
it's
now?
a because it was done on Canva and it's a PDF, so
And it probably has text as well.
Yeah, it has
It's probably
text.
more than one image.
no, it's a single text image.
Let me take a look.
I'll
What's the
forward it
address
to you.
again?
Hold on.
6874 you said it was? 6874 West. Oh, here it is.
There it is.
Perfect.
Because it says Terramar and it's actually Terra Vista Estates, the flyer that we created for
Because
it.
if it has text in it that's more than 20% of the entire image. do you think it
Yes.
is?
No, I don't think it is. I've gotten the last two promoted.
Okay.
It's a fair amount, but the last two have gone through.
Perfect.
Do
Okay.
you want me to forward it to you?
Actually, if you've already used it as an ad, let me take a look and see if I have
No, we
it.
create.
Or as an image.
We create, it's a PDF. I usually say, it's a PDF. What I do is screenshot it and I save it as an image so that it can be uploaded because that's generally what I do. Right now I have a PDF and it's got the wrong neighborhood on it.
Let me see what it has for images. Is it in placements? No. Okay. I won't. Wonder, can you log into your email here so she can email it to you? Like last time? Okay, here, let me have your email. I'll log into your email. And you can email it to her and I'll pull it up.
Sure.
Punctuation, silly thing.
Yes.
Sellers, take advantage of this seller's market. Apostrophe S?
Yes.
It is
I vote,
apostrophe.
I vote yes.
Okay.
That's my vote.
I'm not voting because I'm trying to picture on my brain of how we do it.
To me, it doesn't look right either way right
I don't think
now.
we do
But what's
apostrophe.
the word?
Sellers, take advantage of this seller's market.
If it's a singular seller, it's apostrophe. If you're talking about multiple people.
Sellers, none.
No.
Right, that's
Yeah.
what
Okay.
I was thinking, exactly. You're
All right,
welcome.
perfect.
The old school librarian here was trying to think.
I was visualizing it, he was typing, I don't.
Yeah, I guess I did think
Yeah.
it was an apostrophe.
Yeah. You know what?
It's not possessive, so.
Yeah.
They've actually, I haven't done a video in this section for a
haven't?
long time, for a while. I mean, probably 2 years. And it is so different. It is so different right now.
It's weird, I don't like it, and I shouldn't say that, because Facebook is a powerful marketing tool,
Yeah.
but I don't like it. I like the old version where it's simple, all the options, and it's easy.
Yeah.
But now I get why.
Real
And
big system.
they're in bed with all the different companies that are trying to charge you monthly to do it
Yes.
for you.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
they're making it more difficult for regular consumers to do this stuff on their own. So that's why. All their advertisers, the majority are those companies promoting to you to sell, to do it for you.
So I've
They're
been
getting
selling
revenue
on,
from. Yeah.
I've been selling on Etsy for 10 years and
Oh,
I
yeah.
used Facebook for my advertising. And I've seen major changes
Oh,
over the 10 years I've been
yeah.
using it.
Huge.
It used to be very simple.
They,
Email it to her?
complicated.
I'm definitely,
I did.
You can
I
email it to
did.
her.
Maybe refresh it.
Oh, here we go.
I'm definitely not the expert, but we could do like a basic class on just the stuff.
To show me,
love
because
it.
I've played around
It's so
with it,
easy, guys.
and
Seriously.
I don't know how to find.
Can you actually
content.
save it as a JPEG?
What I do is open it and screenshot it and save it.
Or do you
How you
have the
pair the two
ability
is
different.
there
Yeah,
to
sorry.
change it to, like, if you were to,
I can do it on my, if you want me to.
Okay.
You want me to?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Looking at it, I know we're gonna get it flagged for too much text, but I'll try it anyways.
Because you don't, the business part can come off and you add that and.
Well, I've done it not just with this, I haven't done just the single shot. I've done the single shot followed by multiple pictures of the property. So I don't know if they just look at the single image or the entire content of the ad.
It's like a scanning system they have, so it's not even a person looking at it. A person looks at it
Right.
only like after the fact.
But if there's additional images without text, it might
Yeah.
change that percentile ratio and get approved because
It's a per image one. So even if you have 10 images you upload on the carousel, it'll be either like that one, but they look at, it's too much on that one. The rest will pass, but that one won't.
So should we put more pictures?
No, it's not the amount of photos.
This amount of
Every
It's
photo's
verbiage
one.
on it.
it's the amount of text. So
Just
then,
in general, think Facebook hates words.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just go with that
they
there.
like pictures.
so maybe we won't promote that and just go with what you pulled up initially.
Just as one.
Yeah,
Okay.
just
Yeah, like a
We
switch
don't
out of the
want,
front
we
of the house.
don't want her capture,
Like, oh, the
no,
house.
no, that's.
That's not it?
West
Now, when you used it
USA
before, have you used the
That's their
Facebook
capture
apps? Or did you just post
page
it?
right there, on the
Oh,
right,
no,
that's
yeah.
them.
but you,
Is
she's
this the right
just gonna
property?
get.
Did you use the
Yes,
ad?
but we don't have it listed.
They got
We're-
approved, or did you just?
Yeah, but
West
she's
USA
just
has-
I
getting-
posted
she's
it
just
and
getting
then
a
after I
picture.
posted, I went to promote it and then
I
this
So
was
we
my
don't want
promotion.
that capture
You're
on
taking the
there.
picture of the
I
house,
just
that's
took
it,
a
right?
little bit, that's
Yeah.
it.
She
Yeah.
just
Oh,
wants a
okay.
picture of the house.
Question for you, is
Yes.
it different when you just post the picture and then go promote? She's not, this is basically not creating an ad.
This one is
No,
creating
this
an
is
ad.
Right,
creating an ad in
but
the
what
back
she
end.
did before
Yeah,
is she
was
posted
boost.
it
Yes.
and then boosted. I think
Yes.
that's why it was,
It's
that's
different.
why she didn't have
Um,
an issue with it.
Slightly, yeah.
I'm not sure why they approved it, because even boosting, they won't approve it.
Well, last week's
She's
flyer, last week's flyer had 4 large images and a small box of content in the middle.
There you go.
This flyer has much more text.
There we go. That's makes sense.
Because I have done a lot where I've imported from MLS
We'll
into
have to talk
Facebook.
about that.
That's half the reason I
And
started
those
using
always
this
get
picture
approved and they
a
have a
lot
lot of verbiage on them.
because our logo and
It's
everything
not-
else
it's
didn't
not
fit,
coming up.
and I couldn't put our logo or anything on any of our stuff. So this one barely squeaked in under the thing.
Text to
Yeah.
image ratio.
Uh huh.
I'm changing it, and it's not up.
Now,
So,
what if you were to use a
How
smaller
to get your
font?
audiences to link?
so that
that
it's
would
not
be a a customer service support thing for Real Geeks.
Just
'Cause I
using
don't,
a smaller
I don't know
font
how to,
helps.
I'm not the
Yes,
expert
it
on
does.
that
You
part.
got it.
I don't
How to
usually
create the
use
ads
it.
once
You
they're
can make them
prepared, I can help you.
smaller.
Let me
You
show
just
you
make
why
the
the
font
text
smaller.
is so important
That way it's
for
not taking up as
Facebook.
much of the image. You're still getting the same verbiage in there,
Yeah.
but your font is smaller.
Oh, you're welcome. So
Yeah.
And
I
I'm going,
think this is
"Whoa,
why.
look at me,
So
look at
Facebook
me."
is gonna be
Well,
on
and
your,
being able to
on
utilize
the
the actual
ads, it
text
gives you a
too.
text box for you guys.
Yeah.
So all the text you're looking for, you can put it on here.
Exactly.
So I'm gonna leave that part there, but I want you to see where exactly I'm at. Look to the right-hand side,
Uh-huh.
that's where we're at. So that's where we can put the property address,
The
your
content of the
header, or
flyer.
whatever you want, So what would you like for them to know?
Well, the content of the flyer.
Okay.
So I can read it to you. Let's
Yes,
go back to it.
Oh, do you want me to read that to you?
Yeah, I think you should
I
bring it
got
up. I can only open up one window
So
on here.
it's, what's the name of the actual community?
Terra Vista.
Is it like this?
No, there's a space and it's Terra Vista Estates, 3 words.
Mm-hmm. 3?
And I would do like hashtag open house. I don't know if you put
I
hashtags in there.
I would put slash Terra Mar because that is, it's a subdivision within the Terra Mar community.
So it would be
And that's a more recognizable name.
Terra Vista Estates at Terra Mar.
Okay,
There
perfect.
you go.
Yeah, at
Yeah.
Terra Mar. And
That's
then-
good, I like it.
Terra Mar, Phoenix, Arizona. You can tag that.
Terramar Phoenix.
It's actually it's in Peoria.
Okay.
That
What
is
about this Terramar Peoria?
in Peoria.
That's a realtor page, we don't want to tag that one. Yeah, that definitely,
Yeah,
we
no.
don't want to do that. Okay,
And then it would be Saturday.
so join us for an open house?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry, I can't type. Saturday at, the date?
Saturday and Sunday,
From 10 to 3.
August 10th and 11th.
From 10 to 3 p.m.?
Huh?
Okay,
10
anything
10
special?
a.m. to 3 p.m.
From 10, yeah.
If you're down for like A/B testing, some of the
Have you
fun
ever-
stuff that I love to do is like, see how this one's like, welcome to Terra Vista Estates, blah, 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 you know, like all nice and formal. I do like one formal one, and then I'll do another one. I'll just say, open house, come see us Friday 10 to 3, you know, something like that. Just a quick blurb, like,
Yeah.
because you're allowed, they don't mind, was it 2 all caps,
Uh-huh.
and then you're allowed
All
up
about
to
each
2
other.
exclamation points or something like that,
After
right?
that, they limit you like
Yeah,
that.
and so like on all my ads now, I just do the first 2 words, open house, capital letters, 2 exclamation points, and it catches attention, and that's like the extent of what they let you do. So I mean, they're all good. That's why I say like try that one and then try this one and just experiment and have fun with them because there's
Yeah.
no
Think like a consumer. We have the consumer that's scrolling, it's super quick, super fast. They have typically 2 to 3 seconds to capture their attention. So if you're skimming through, are you going to read a paragraph or are you going to see the first sentence?
So,
Most people
what
only
what
read
if
the
you
first
were to
sentence.
start with open house?
What? Well, we're
You
gonna
know-
raffle off a.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what about our
$50
raffle?
gift card. That would be a good one. $50 gift card.
There we go.
Something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
And I believe that when you do a raffle, the law says you have to state the terms and conditions of the raffle. And in my idea, that was, you need not be, the drawing will be held at 5 p.m. on Saturday. You need not be present to win, but you will be asked to shake our hand upon receipt for future advertisements.
So now your first sentence is a little bit different, and now we can edit the rest if you'd like. And
What are the terms? Just for
They
real
have to
estate
sign
school.
in to
Hold on.
get a raffle
That's not what
ticket.
I mean. I mean, as far as text and advertising, if we say what we're going to give them, is that adequate enough? We don't have to say when the drawing is going to take place?
No, it's just once you're there, it has to be equal, fair, blah 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 blah. Like on your ad right there, you don't have to have all those details.
Okay.
by any means.
That's what.
But at the house, we should have some kind of,
Yes,
They
yes.
got it.
I mean, technically speaking, you just need to have a fair raffle. And so if you want to put it in writing, you can, but literally you just need to be 100% fair. If they show up, they enter it, they don't have to pay any money, it's not leaving anybody out, it's just
But you need their contact.
you just need to show up and fill out our form and you're in. You know, that type of thing. That's so valid, but you're not, just do what you do and you'll never have problems. You're a
So
good
what
person.
if, since you already got join us and you can, what if on your third line there, you just say open house this Saturday, you know, just start your sentence with open house?
Yep.
Yep.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Let me go ahead and do this. Oh, wrong app. I keep going back and forth. Paste this. Don't think. Okay, so
See, I think
now,
open house should be before the raffle. Open
And that would be a
house,
good
then the
A/B.
raffle.
Which one does better, open
Yeah.
house or raffle? That would be a great one. Yeah.
So do both.
If you can.
Duplicate it, yeah.
Yeah.
And test it.
That looks cool.
Yeah.
and then your phone number, I always include the phone number, it makes it easier for people to reach you. Phone number is,
602
mhm,
320
mhm,
8352.
perfect.
And then you do want to put the address there though, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me see
So
here.
instead of like welcome to Terra Vista Estates, I would say like I would leave the Terramar part because people that's a good neighborhood. I would just
Right there.
I would
after the
instead of
three
welcome to
people,
Terra Vista, yeah, I would just put the
this.
address.
Uh-huh.
So you wouldn't even put Terra Vista in?
Not Terra Vista Estates, but Terramar definitely people know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Ah.
would say yada 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 in Terramar.
Really? Because on the flyer, I'm having Brooke update it right now, so don't do that. Forget it.
There's no right or wrong answer. That's the hardest
Exactly.
part. That you have to go with what you
Do
think.
you wanna look stupid in front of the people that are in Terra Vista, calling them Terramar? No,
Yeah.
those are the people we're
No,
advertising to.
stupid would be calling
Okay.
it like the wrong neighborhood.
Exactly, hi. I hear you live in Dreaming Summit, you know, but you actually live in Wigwam Creek. Hey, come on.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's in Peoria, correct?
Mhm.
Perfect. Zip code, do you know zip code is 85345?
383.
383.
I think it's Av also, though.
Okay. Now,
Yes, Avenida and Avenue. Same
wow.
word.
Yeah.
okay, so do you want to leave it as is, like this?
Let's,
Yeah.
I like that. I think that's cool.
I don't know, I think the open house should go before the raffle.
Thank you, I do too.
Michelle?
I do too.
Yeah.
Because your
Perfect.
open house is what you're telling me you're doing.
Well, I mean, I
And
can,
as a result of the open house, you're having a raffle.
fair enough, but we can go back in and duplicate this ad and change the text.
You can,
Absolutely.
yes.
Very easy.
That'll be very good practice for
So
you too.
we'll do it both ways.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Alrighty, so we're gonna be good to go on this. On the right-hand side, you can always see what's going on. Don't get too focused on, oh my gosh, it's weird, it looks odd. There's mobile view, desktop view, it's everything. So I look at mobile view anyhow, but that's just me. Over here, we can actually add other options like contact us. Let me go back up one. Come on. Here it is.
Now, my
The
question is.
website.
Yes, do you want to add a website to this, to your webpage? Okay. Here we go,
And this is
www.
one of the benefits of
Michelle Hansen. .biz.
because Real Geeks would you could actually create a landing page for your open house. It's really
Just
cool.
for that page.
Yeah, I mean, I was poking around in there trying to learn and I couldn't figure out, that's why I went back over to Facebook and did it last weekend.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't see any content that was mine.
Have you ever posted or
Yeah.
advertised using
So I
Well,
clicked
MLS?
on
And then
like
afterwards go
Rookie's
on
trainings
Google
and I
see
kind
how
of looked
many
through the
places
library and I
you're-
didn't see anything
you're open
relative
at.
to that.
Oh
And so I was like, okay, I don't
my
have time to go down this
Really?
rabbit hole, I need to
Because
get
that's
that.
what I would always
Yeah.
do, go into
Like, one of
MLS
the,
and advertise
it's
right
one of the cool
here.
things you do is right
Your
here.
open house in
And it's like
MLS.
And that
And
MLS
area
carries
contact
through
with
like
search,
Zillow,
signature,
Oh,
Google,
state,
and
cultural
others.
image.
Hundreds,
Like, these are the different
hundreds of places.
pages and different.
Just all you have to do,
Right?
all you do is
So,
just
for example,
Google
like,
the address
do a
of open
video.
house,
So, but in the
and
top
it'll
right, you
fill
log
pages
into
and
your
pages and
Facebook.
pages.
Wow.
It goes everywhere.
Well, you have to
It goes
perfect, that's the
everywhere.
thing,
That's
that's
your-
the
they
real
don't know how
geeks,
to do it.
no, that's,
When you
that's what I
advertise
need
the
to do,
MLS,
yes.
you need to pair the two, and
Once I
once you
have
get
it
there,
It
Yes.
is,
Okay.
I always advertise my house.
and usually
Pull it
it's
out
just,
via the
it's
app.
when you click on
Okay.
And then at the same time I
that
do
to begin with,
reverse.
it pretty much prompts
I do
you,
reverse,
and don't worry
and
about
I-
like it'll
I've
say,
done
Like
the
all the
reverse,
almost
yeah.
every time there's like errors when it pops up,
Let them know it's
but
an open
it
house.
gets through it somehow, so.
And it gives you their all the
It's because you
email
have somebody else
addresses.
helping you that's like,
And I would
they
just
do this
copy
all day
the
long,
address,
so
paste
versus
it in
this where you
in
do it
my
by yourself,
Gmail.
you kind of just like
And I
troubleshoot on
type
your
form
own.
letter
Or
that
it's
I
Oh
frustrating.
God,
But
I watched
yeah,
like
with the Flex,
50 YouTube
you
videos
use the
watching them
app
do it,
to
it was,
advertise your
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Do
So,
you have to pay
the-
for
The
that?
No.
final step is just
Oh,
hitting
it's always
review.
free.
I always
But
hit
once you
review
do
because
it,
I'm very,
your
very like
ad
budget
goes
conscious. I just
everywhere
wanna make
out
sure I
there in
make a
the
mistake
universe.
on budget and
It's
date.
everywhere.
So if you look at the
Right,
review,
it goes to
this is
Zillow,
where
it
you
goes
give
Oh,
to
it goes
a
to
chance
three places you didn't
to
even know
rename-
existed.
to rename
It
your
will go
open
to
house
places.
ad.
Hey, just find it.
There's
It's
3
like
places
this,
that we
and
can
then,
actually rename it. So
you
I just
click
put brand
open
awareness
house.
and then open
I've
house
never
so I
seen
know
there's
which
a,
one
like,
it
a
is.
link in Flexus that
Down
says
below,
open house.
here's the budget.
I'm not
25
doing
bucks,
monetization.
lifetime, starting, end date, and that's it. And then here, I'll just rename it, open house, brand awareness, and this become OCD, that's just my thing. And after that, you're done. If you have a credit card on file, perfect.
Yeah, I did, you can just click through.
Okay, perfect. And if everything is great, which it should be, I didn't see any hiccups, unless you have it certified that you're not predatory and all that stuff. There you go,
Oh,
that is it. Smooth. This is the first in 2 weeks that's gone smooth. So that's good. That is really good.
so it just went, it went straight to publishing, not even review?
It's actually in review status right now, so
Okay.
they take anywhere from 25 minutes to 48 hours, it depends. And right now, they're pretty fast. So everything is in review, so here you go. Once it's approved, you'll get an alert, which is gonna be an alert on your main page saying, hey, it's approved, it's running. You have until tomorrow morning at 5 in the morning anyhow, so tomorrow's Thursday. Okay, good to go. Any questions on creating your ads on the back end? It was pretty simple, right? It's easy because I'm here pointing out the different stuff. It'll be much more complicated if you forget stuff when you're doing it on your own. Questions, just call me, text me, do a little video, this is where I'm at. I'll walk you through it. I know it like the back of my hand. I could be
Well,
driving and
you know what's interesting, or at least what it seems like doing it this way, and then knowing what we have the ability to do with
Yes,
Real Geeks,
that's gold.
that maybe, you know, this is where we do the simple thing, and
Yeah.
then we can do the little more detail over here possibly.
Now knowing what I know, I didn't know you guys had that. Like seriously, having that is like
Yeah.
gold, you guys. You don't even know how big of a tool that is that you can use.
Okay.
This compared to that, this is nothing. This is nothing. That is super simple. Don't break your head over trying to do what I do. If you have that, let them do it.
Yeah.
But definitely create your audiences. Once your audiences are
Yeah.
in there, done. Everything else is super simple. And then don't ignore the boosting. Boosting, I do like it. I don't love it. I like the simple, easy, fast. You can do it on your phone. I'm done.
What about like, for example, when they show up to the house, doing like a Facebook Live, or like the day prior doing like a Facebook Live, and then just boost that?
Yes. Less than a minute. Nothing over a minute. Keep it short and sweet. Very short and sweet. The more you do, trust me, you start getting followers and people, and you'll get a lead out there. It's fantastic.
Like one of the quickest things, like just driving by the house and you just pop out front and be like, hey, it's Josh Zell, Breakthrough Real Estate. Hey, we're gonna be out at blah 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 Bird Street this Saturday, 10 to noon. Come by, say hi. We're gonna give out a $50 gift card. Love to see you there. Again, yada yada yada. Bird Street, 10 a.m. Saturday. See you there. Boom,
Yes.
done. It's a
Done.
good one. Yeah.
Yeah, consumers talk to them in their love language, I call it. Always remember and keep that in mind. 97% of people are visual. So if people are visual, imagine how much you can talk to them.
Visual is instant gratification.
Yes. Would you tend to agree people are?
And that's what most people are.
Look at how grocery stores are. Look at how our restaurants are. The color schemes of businesses. You didn't pick those colors for just no reason.
Very
Yeah.
true.
If you notice, most restaurants and stores have the color red,
Yes.
because red induces hunger.
Red, yellow,
And
and
that's why
orange.
they, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
And that's why also if you're going for an interview, you wear red, because that's a sign of power
Of power.
And
and confidence.
I actually red, red.
Well, I got a red heater.
Yeah.
I'm a red
Yeah.
heater here.
It's stuff that we already know and that we know works on us, but yet we don't implement it when it comes to our business. Don't get lost in the overthinking because that's going to be sudden death. Go with your gut, just pull the trigger. If that didn't work, like he said, test it out. Worst thing to do is just test it out. Find out what your audience is going to respond to, because I'll tell you right now, my audience is not going to respond to what your audience says. vice versa. So what he does might not work for you and vice versa. Find what works for you. Don't copy anybody else. Do what works for you.
But by boosting it, or by at least targeting, say, 18 to 65, and creating a variety, it says you can do a little of
Sorry, you're
this
not
with
supposed to
this,
roll
and
there.
a little of these with that, and, okay.
And they wanna target everybody, because like that 16-year-old, I have a mom that just said that,
Yes.
yes, I'm not thinking about moving, we're probably looking for a
Yeah.
3-bedroom.
Yeah, so change
Mom,
your
look at
ad
that.
a little bit,
Yeah, so you
Yeah.
never know who's gonna be looking at it.
And not only that, but also Facebook is actually, again, very good. Instagram, Google, YouTube, everything that you press into your phone, it's memorizing everything. Everything I'm speaking, it's hearing, it's having these little filters. It hears everything. So if I have a 16-year-old child and they happen to be using my phone to log into their Instagram and their Facebook, now I'm getting my phone back. That's why that printer, it has to be open because now it's using it.
I'll give you a quick